Hello and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Play's YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. Let's take a peek at who'll be on the show here for today. Let me get to the right camera. Here we go. With us today is Tony Brown. And we got Big Al McMordie. Ruffolo serve as co-host. Shane Mickle. Millz Young made it. We got Ninos and Alex Smart. Here's how we're going to line up. We're actually going to move up McMordie to his normal spot at 2 here. He was able to get here in time. Smart, McMordie, Brown, Mickle, Ninos, Young, Ruffolo, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, I happened to catch some baseball today, seeing Wainwright with a pitching really well. Still up here in the 6th inning, may go 6 in this one.
Yeah, and still some regression that maybe looming, but the Pittsburgh Pirates already in midseason form, 0 runs through 6 innings. So we got to see how the rest of the day shakes out. But still some solid action. The Chicago Cubs not waiting to pull in some plus money for bettors opening the day.
It certainly did. Yeah, some plus money there against Burns. Burns out early. Of course, it's early in the spring here, so we'll see later in the season. Maybe Burns will go as usual 7-8. May have been a different result, but this is April baseball. You got the bullpen coming in. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get the show started. Let's welcome in Alex Smart. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs, where he does fantastic work. So let's go ahead and bring Alex in right now. I think we got him ready to roll here. Alex, how you doing?
Good, gentlemen. How's everything today? Lots of profits yesterday, or average?
Not the greatest for me. How are you, Chris?
See, look what I did. I told you, I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right. No, that's a fair question. That's a fair question. Middle of the road.
Every day.
No, you can't win every day. Yeah, that's true. All right. Now we're going to see a game here tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time. This is game 1 on TNT. Has the Bucks here hosting the Celtics, playing for seeding positions here. Bucks laying 8.5, total 227.5.
Yeah, look, we've got 2 top-tier teams going head-to-head here. Playoff scenarios ringing through their heads. It's like Christmas for these guys, just around the corner. They've got to be at the top of their game, and we all know that top-tier teams like this, especially Boston, is going to be paying special attention to defense tonight. First in defensive efficiency in the NBA, first in points per game allowed, and they're on the road. They're against a top-tier, very strong defending champion team that will be looking to steer them down and take them down tonight. It's interesting, though, Milwaukee, from a historical standpoint over the last couple of seasons, they're 27-9 under when they're playing against a top-tier team, 60 to 70% win percentage. And the average combined score of those games clicks in around 220 points per game. So, just looking at that, from a historical standpoint, and knowing how they play against these type of teams and knowing what Boston's going to do tonight, it's almost a certainty what we're going to see. And, there's no such thing as guaranteed bets, but, we're looking at this, and I'm saying that I'm leaning under, and it's a fairly strong under.
All right, we got Alex here on the under in this one. All right, Chris, I know there's some trends here pointing to the Celtics going over and back-to-backs this season. And, of course, the concern here with the Celtics here is defense, because without Williams down low, that's a big hole in the middle.
Oh, that and the fact that there's no Jason Tatum in the lineup. It looks like he's resting in this game. So it'll be a bit of an uphill battle. I think that's why we saw the line move from 6 to 8.5. But something just feels weird for me with this game, where I think it's going to be Boston showing up to at least put forth a strong effort. I don't know if they get the job done, but I think the Boston Celtics have gotten to where they are for a reason. I do look towards the under as well, though. I think this is going to be a bit more of a playoff type atmosphere.
Okay, now another big man out for Boston now, as it's reported Al Horford out. So Horford, Williams out down low, Alex, here for the Celtics.
Yeah, and this was something I took into consideration today. Line changes, of course. We know at this time of season, teams are also trying to protect their lineups as we head towards the playoffs. We have to take that into consideration. But also looking at, defense is a strong suit here. This is the way this team plays. Plays to win, and they're deeper than people think. And despite of the individual matchups here, I really feel like no matter what's going to happen here, even offensive flow is going to be effective for the Celtics tonight, and they're going to make sure the Bucks are slowed down too, if that's possible, and I think it's possible. So yeah, I'm going to stick with this under.
All right, under here, we got the Celtics and Bucks going under total of 227.5. Both teams with 30 losses and a three-way tie for the number 2 seed here in that Eastern Conference. Under total of 227.5. This one will have a start time 7:30 Eastern time, game 1 over on TNT. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Print. We're doing fantastic work here last 7 days. 370 units of profit. We've got 7 on the board from the NBA. Got 4 baseball games in prime time. A lot of hockey. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we've got some NBA action tonight. We've got one side selection. We've got one total selection. Long-term total selections have been just money-making cash machines for anybody that's backed them. 61%, dating all the way back to last season, and that's close to a 200 selection run. So, join me. Let's go with that total tonight, too.
Let's get on board here with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he's doing fantastic work here. You see the numbers, 370 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's got plays tonight, NBA sharp lines here, a line here, a late line steam here, a total and a side here from the NBA from Alex Smart. Of course, you can go long-term with Alex with that 3, 7, and 30 Sports Pass. You get all of his premium plays for that period of time you select. You go to his profile page and make that purchase. That 1 month All Sports Pass will get you all of Alex's plays for 30 days. That's 30 days of baseball, 30 days of NHL. Take you right to the beginning of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Get a few games in there. The NBA playoffs, the entire first round, you got those 8 series. Of course, you'll get into about the first week of the second series there. So a good time to get up on board with that 1 month All Sports Pass. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. Alex, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Have a great week, guys. Take care.
You too. Alex Smart here on the drive to. Let's continue our coverage here. Join with Chris. Let's go ahead and bring in Big Al McMordie. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Print, where he's done fantastic work this year again. Let's see if we can get Al in right now. Al, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome. All right, here we go at 9 Eastern time. We have the Nuggets here hosting the Grizzlies here with the Nuggets 4.5, total 3.5.
Yeah, I played against Denver in its last game. They were blown out at home by the San Antonio Spurs 116-97, so they lost that ball game by 19. But I've got a lot of strong reasons why I want to play on Denver in this home game here. First, they're 53-32 at home off a loss by more than 10 points. And then second, we're getting toward the end of the season here, and we take a look at how teams do in the last 3 games of the season. If they're off a loss by 15 or more points, and they're not getting more than 15 on the current point spread, those teams have cashed 70.5% ATS going back to 1990 if they're facing a really good foe with a 650 or better win percentage, which of course Memphis is. And then finally, this is going to be Memphis's last road game of the season. And when you take a look at how teams with a 500 or better record do going back 32 years in their final road game of the season, if they're off a loss, and if they're a road underdog, those teams have covered just 32 out of 97 times. So with Memphis off that loss in overtime to Utah, that's sort of a sell signal right here on the Memphis Grizzlies playing their final road game. I think they're going to mail this game in. We're going to take Denver minus the 4.5 or 5 points.
All right, Big Al here on Denver, laying the 4.5 here against Memphis. All right, Chris, Memphis already locked in that 2 seed. You've got Morant out, Terry Tilly out, Brooks is questionable. Of course, for the Denver side, they've been kind of playing around here with the seeding here, and they're 2 games up on Minnesota with 2 to play for that 6. I gotta believe they're losing the tiebreaker because they both have.
They do lose the tiebreaker to Minnesota.
Yeah, they do lose the tiebreaker. Yeah, they do. So they got to get either a win here or against the Lakers to finish the season. Of course, if Minnesota wins out, it's going to force Denver to win out to get a win. Chris, so how do you see it?
Yeah, I've got to go with the Nuggets here as well. I mean, the thing with the Grizzlies for me was I was always on that trend of the Grizzlies, 20-3 this season without John Morant in the lineup. But again, those were all coming when the team was pretty much at full strength. And like you guys said, it's pretty much the Nuggets have to win out. There's just a lot more to play for the Nuggets here, while the Grizzlies need to go into the playoffs as healthy as possible. So I think a depleted Grizzlies team against these Nuggets, I got to go with Denver here.
Nuggets minus 4.5 against Grizzlies. This one will have a start time of 9 Eastern time over on NBA League Pass. Denver just needs 1 win or a Minnesota loss to get into the playoffs. All right, but of course Denver doesn't want to have to take it into that final game against the Lakers. You never know what might happen. All right, Big Al, let's go over at Pick Dogs PM here, where you're doing fantastic work here for 2022. 1,268 units of profit here, all documented. We got a lot going on. 7 NBA. We got a lot of hockey. 4 from Major League Baseball. What's happening over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, first, I'm a little bit different than most handicappers, I suppose. I don't really get into releasing baseball plays. It might be 5 to 20 days before I even release a baseball play. I want to get some data. I don't really give a crap what happened in the baseball season last year, especially because baseball is one of those sports where teams can go from worst to first or from first to worst. And I want to get at least see the pitchers go through, 1 or 2 turns in the rotation before I begin. It's 162 games, so I don't think there's a rush. So I might have some baseball later on in the month, but certainly not this week. And as far as what I've got today, I've got 3 plays in the NBA, one of which was the Denver Nuggets. I give out a Pick Dogs premium play for free here. I've got 2 other NBA plays with Denver in the triple pack. We're 22-8 or last 30 in basketball as we look to, finish the season strong. We've got 1 play in hockey, and so I've got, besides Denver, 3 other plays. They're all up at Pick Dogs, and you can join for a week, a month, or a year, and you can also team me up with one of the other champion handicappers here.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs. Premium seed number is 1,268 units of profit. All documents. So if you visit Al's profile page over at Pick Dogs, you scroll down to Pick History. All the plays there are listed for you to check out. Of course, he's got plays tonight with that his NBA pack up there on the board, as well as an NHL Slapshot winner. As Big Al was talking about, the long-term passes, your 7-day, your 1 month. Remember, we just talked about that 1 month all sports pass. That'll take you into the second round of the NBA playoffs. Of course, end of the NHL regular season, get that first week of playoff action in there with that 1 month all sports pass. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. Al, it's always great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again next week, but I know you also contribute to the weekend shows. Yeah,
Saturdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. Eastern. Lots of great information. We've changed the format for folks who haven't visited the last couple of weeks. It's now kind of a roundtable format, so we've got 5 to 7 guys all doing it all together, and we just talk about a game. We all share our opinions on the game and then move to another game, and it's a lot of fun.
Sounds like fun. All right, well, tune in 10 a.m. Eastern time on the weekends. All right, have yourself a great weekend. We'll talk next week.
Thanks, Tony. Good luck, Chris. Good luck, Tony.
You got it. Big Al McMordie here on the Drive to. Let's continue our coverage here. Join with Chris. Hey, just a reminder, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started with that morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern time. You got Mitch with the 7 picks in 5 minutes. And then at 10:05, he'll welcome Joe Madden. They'll have their sports betting discussion with picks, line moves, public fades, little betting tools talk as well. And, of course, the 3 shows preceding ours, we've got the Puck and Crazy show, which is a hockey show. We also have the show with the soccer show. We got Ashley and Goran. Of course, Mitch has his sports betting tool show where he generates picks. And I just saw recently, Mitch, Chris, I saw Millz with an MMA show with a familiar face on there.
Yeah, Millz and Brad Francis doing an MMA show to the better MMA minds at Pick Dogs. So lots of money to be made. It's not just the big 4 leagues we talk about. There's money to be made everywhere, especially MMA and the UFC and Bellator and all the likes. So yeah, another great live show here at Pick Dogs.
All right, do we have a like goal today?
That we do, Tony. We got to 150 likes. I was waiting for a bit of a different setup for that one, but we got a like goal of 150 likes. So basically, if you guys can get us to 150 likes, we're at about 20 likes right now. Each and every like will help us out, with your guys' support. It helps us, get bigger and better. It helps us reach these like goals, where tonight's like goal will get you an MLB player prop for tonight's action, as well as an NBA player prop same game parlay. Two great plays I think we can make some money with tonight, but we're at about 24 likes right now. Need 150 for our goal.
150. Keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps us build up our audience. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Let's go to Las Vegas, Nevada, where it's steamy and it's hot. Back indoors in air conditioning. We saw him outdoors in the Puck and Crazy show. It's too sweaty. Had to come back in, change a shirt, get a shower. Tony Brown, how you doing?
Man, I must be doing something okay. I'm still on here, but I'm just wondering, who do I got to sleep with to get my own show?
I know.
Neil's got a show. Ashley got a show. Chris has 2 shows. Tony's got a show. They just handing out shows like Oprah. I want a show.
All right. Well, sometimes you got to self-nominate. Send the email in, give your ideas, get creative, and of course, get ready to exchange another 100 ideas to get it down.
No, man, I'm being tongue-in-cheek. I love being a guest on the show. You guys do great work, man. I don't think I could host the whole show. I definitely applaud everyone that's doing that. That's awesome. And as long as you guys keep inviting me, bro, I love it.
Yeah, you can't have too many. You can't have too many hosts and not enough guests in the room. It's not good, like in the kitchen. You know what I mean? It's just not. That doesn't work. All right, here we go. Tony Brown. We're going to the Diamond here. Major League Baseball. We go at 8 Eastern time. Defending. I know it's hard for you here. The defending world champion Atlanta Braves here to host the Cincinnati Reds here. The Braves laying $1.75 total 8.5.
Yep, and they're going to lose. The first time out on the defense, they go down. And I'm not just saying that because they beat out the Dodgers and won the World Series. But seriously, just a bad spot for the Braves, like it would be for any team that wins the World Series. There's so much hoopla that starts before the game. They got to lower the banners. They got to give the rings out. Like, there's fireworks, there's smoke. And then with all that hoopla, now we got to start the game. Not to mention, Ronald Acuna is still out for the Braves. That's their face of their team. That's their all-world player. They were able to make up for it last season with Freddie Freeman, who just stepped in seamlessly and just took over. And he's the reason they won the World Series, in my opinion. Now he's with us. He's with the Dodgers. He's gone. They're still missing Acuna. Not to mention all the hoopla and all that with them winning the World Series. And not to mention, last year, no one was checking for them. It was just the Braves on your schedule. It's just the Braves. Now you guys are the defending world champions. There's a target on your back. So just a lot of moving parts, a lot going on in this game one. They're already laying almost 2-1. I'm not buying it. I'm taking Cincinnati to come in there and get the road win and get the upset on opening day.
All right, Tony Brown here on the Reds here, plus 153 here against the Atlanta Braves. Chris, Molly's a starter you can trust a lot of the times, and I like the pick here. The only thing you got to worry about here is this Reds lineup on the road.
That's true, but Molly was a lot better on the road, as a lot of Reds pitchers were when you take them at a Great American Ballpark, and I was leaning towards the first 5 under here, and I don't do a lot of first 5 bets, but I just think this is a game where the starters take advantage of some rust maybe from the respective lineups. And, Max Fried, like you said, Tony, it's a bit of a soft-hitting Cincinnati lineup, so it'll be interesting to see how they get going. But I think we could see maybe just 1 or 2 runs in the first 5 innings, so I was looking at the under here.
All right, Tony, your thoughts here regarding the Reds lineup?
I mean, like you guys said, they are a soft-hitting lineup, but this is a pick more based on the situational pick. If it was any other game or whatever, I wouldn't take the Reds. I'd probably take the Braves on the run line. But just like in the NBA, look it up, the stats. I'm sure Al McMordie probably has them. These guys on opening day after winning the championship, with all that hoopla of these ring ceremonies and all that, they barely win, they barely cover, things of that nature. And now the Braves are down their 2 best players. Like when Ronald Acuna went out, like I said, Freddie Freeman was able to step up for them. And now Freddie Freeman plays with the Dodgers, so they're actually missing their 2-star players. So more of me betting on the Reds right here, I'm just betting against Atlanta.
Fade Atlanta here, Reds plus 153 against the Atlanta Braves. This one will have a start time of 8 p.m. Eastern time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Sprint, where we put up some really good numbers here in the NHL. You'll always find Tony Brown over on the Fucking Crazy Show. But he's on our show a lot, and he's doing fantastic work here in the NHL, showing 1,690 units of profit, all documented. So you visit his profile page over at Pick Dogs, you'll be able to find those numbers. All right, Tony, tonight we got a lot going on here with those 4 Major League Baseball games in prime time, 7 from the NBA, lots in the hockey. What do you have going on over the site?
Yeah, it's lots of games, but we only have 3 of them circled. We only playing the best games on the board. We don't pick them to pick them. We pick them to make money. So I have my NHL player of the day, my NBA player of the day, and my MLB player of the day. You can grab them individually or get that Thursday 3-pack and crush your bookie 3 times over.
That's right, guys. Crush your bookie here with Tony Brown. He's doing great work in the NHL this season. He has a Thursday 3-play up there. He takes his best bets here and puts them into a 3-pack. Of course, the long-term passes are a great value there. That 3, 7, 1 month all sports pass will get you all of Tony Brown's plays for that period of time. But Tony, your 1-year VIP pass is a great value there when you do the math.
Yeah, especially if you start now. Today is the opening day of the MLB. You'll get my whole MLB season included because it's a 365-day pass, a full VIP year. So if you just bought my baseball pass alone or kept buying plays during the baseball season, you spend way more money than that. And not to mention, that's all you would get. This, you get the NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, every single pick I release for a whole year for one low price.
All right, guys, get on board here with Tony Brown over at Pig Dogs Premium. See the numbers there. He's been performing really well here 1,690 units of profit. NHL, that is all documented here. You can check them out over at Pick Dogs Premium and with those long-term passes. So get on board with them, and you can definitely get in the pay window with Tony. Of course, he will add a second capper with those all sports passes. Even greater value there. All right, Tony, it's always great having you on the show. Continue that success here. We'll talk with you here. Well, actually, we hit our like goal. You'll owe us a pick, right, on Friday?
That's on Friday if we do the light goal on Thursday. Oh, today's Thursday. Shit, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All
right.
Week, man, I thought today was the Tuesday show for real. Yeah. This week is blowing by.
Before I let Tony Brown go, I will say this. While Tony was doing his spiel, I looked it up. Since 2010, defending World Series champions on opening day, 4-7.
Okay, so there you go. But you got to say it like McMordie. You got to say the defending champs on opening day was playing at home in the sunshine since 1967 are 157-7.
I got the data.
150. That's what they don't know about 157-7. But we'll go with 4-7 at least since 2010. The defending champs overall on opening day.
All right, there you go. I got a text. I got a text from Big Al McMordie. I don't know if that was regarding. Did you get the same text, Chris?
I might have. Yeah, I did.
You might have. Okay, I'm trying to figure if this is baseball or it was NBA because I'm showing the over-under line's high here.
Yeah, NBA, the defending champions on opening night are 16-15 against the spread. So it's like Tony said.
It's not that I'm not doing my homework. I was only born in 1981, so I can't give you the stats from 1976 and all.
You ask and I don't know. You ask and now delivers. Okay, you ask and now delivers.
Right, always. Always. If you hit that light goal, I'll definitely be back tomorrow with a free pick.
Back tomorrow with a free pick from Tony Brown. All right, Tony, have a great afternoon. We'll most likely chat tomorrow. Tony Brown here on The Drive. Awesome. Check him out on Puckin' Crazy as well. All right, let's continue on here with our coverage. How far are we away from getting Tony Brown's pick for tomorrow?
A lot closer than 157-7, but I will say we are at 48 likes right now, 89 people watching. So I guess we're not at that part of the show where we have enough people that if everyone clicked the like button, we'd be at our goal. But we're making progress. We're about a third of the way there. We're at 49 likes. Keep those likes coming in. 150 will get you an NBA an NBA same game parlay for tonight and player props, an MLB player prop, and now Tony Brown just splashed the pot again. He'll be back tomorrow with a Friday free play. So, guys, 150 likes we need. We're at 53 right now.
All right, keep those numbers coming in. Tony Brown splashed the pot. Let's continue on here. Let's bring in Shane Mickle if I'm over at Pick Dog Stream. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going tonight, guys?
It's going great. It's going great. All right, a familiar theme here as the Timberwolves here will be hosting the Spurs. The T-Wolves here laying 7.5, total 239.5.
Yeah, if you watched Tuesday's drive-through show, I'm going to say basically the same thing I did then. You know, this Timberwolves team can score, but they don't play any defense. We took the Wizards on Tuesday night, and they won outright. And I'm not saying the Spurs are going to win outright in this game, but I think they keep it close. But one thing to add on to that, outside the Timberwolves defense is they're basically locked in the 7th seed. You know, Denver is either going to beat the Grizzlies tonight, or they're for sure going to beat the Lakers in the next game. So it wouldn't shock me, you know, if this is a game where the Timberwolves do go down, 15 points in the third quarter like they did against the Wizards. The Wolves decide to rest some people. D'Angelo Russell's questionable coming in this game. Anthony Edwards has knee issues that he's been battling the second half of the year, and then Towns has got a hand issue that isn't really talked about, but sometimes it's still bothering him. So it wouldn't surprise me if this is a team that decide to rest some of their guys in the fourth quarter. But even if they don't, I still like the Spurs here. I think they're getting too many points. I'll take the Spurs plus the number.
All right, he's going to take the Spurs here plus the number, and we're going to get into that hockey discussion in just a little bit because we put question marks there from Shane. All right, Chris, San Antonio is a team that's in the play-in round, but I don't know if they're satisfied with that. They're one game in the loss column behind New Orleans for home court in that sudden death game.
Yeah, and I think that's a big reason why you could take a flyer on the Spurs tonight because, like I said, I think it's going to be a playoff-type atmosphere as well. Basically, I'm going playoff-type atmospheres for all the teams that still have something to play for, and that's not me trying to be cliche. That's just the reality of it is it's the new NBA. I think, it's the second year of the play-in tournament. It's a new wrinkle. We're starting to see added motivation from certain teams that are around that area. So I got to think the Spurs, even I think DeJounte Murray, I think is out of the lineup.
Yeah, he's out. Yep.
But I think that's just going to cause increased. It's going to galvanize the Spurs a little bit more. Guys are going to want to step up a little bit, take that next man up mentality, and give the Wolves a battle. So I like the Spurs and the points too.
All right, Spurs here plus 7.5 against the T-Wolves, and we put that question mark because the hockey tournament, Minnesota State, Minnesota. Shane.
Yeah, this is a game that we don't really give out hockey college, but if we did on the site, this would be a premium play for me. I like Minnesota State. For people who really don't follow college hockey that closely, you might see the Minnesota State versus Minnesota and just instantly assume Minnesota. But Minnesota State's got Brendan McKay in net. He's the best goaltender in hockey, in college hockey. He has 26 shutouts during his career. He's giving up only 1.5 goals a game. I think that's the difference here. Shop your book. You can get anywhere a price from minus 120 to minus 140, depending on the book. It's kind of all over the place. But I'm going to take Minnesota State here in this game.
Minnesota State is the play here from Shane Mickle here at NCAA Hockey. I won't put Chris on the spot, but I wouldn't be surprised if he has an opinion about this game. Let's test him.
No.
No.
It is. I will agree with Shane though. It is an overlooked rivalry just because Minnesota obviously gets the respect for being the Big Ten school, but yeah, don't sleep on Minnesota State here. That's all I'll say about this. I can't go as in depth because I don't watch this, but I do know a little bit of college hockey, and I think this is going to be a good game. I do lean towards Minnesota State as well.
All right, there we go. Minnesota State bonus play here from Shane Mickle. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Sprint for tonight. We've got lots of action tonight from the NBA. 7 games from the NBA. We got a lot of hockey as well as 4 in prime time from Major League Baseball, highlighted by that Astros and Angels game, which should be an interesting one. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, I got a few different plays, packages going on tonight. My first one is going to be my NBA 3-pack. My 3 best plays for the NBA, all one package, $39.99. I have one baseball play going on right now, but I also have another one that I just threw in another 3-pack. It includes my 2 best NBA plays from that 3-pack, and then my 1 best baseball play, also $39.99. Or hop on something long term. You hop on long term now. You get those playing games for next week. You get NBA. You get my few NHL plays I put out every week. So definitely the best bang for your buck. So hop on that long 7-day, 30-day pass, and let's make some money together.
So any money for Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight? That good action up there. A 3-pack from the NBA. He also has a 3-pack with his best bets here from MLB, NBA. A good time to get on board with Shane. As Shane was talking about, he has those long-term passes. He does have a full season NBA, full season pass. The remainder of the NBA season here up for sale on the site. That'll take you right to the end of the championship, probably about 2 months here, right? June 7th. We usually get this NBA season over by June 10th or the 15th. So good time to get on board with that. Of course, long-term passes are your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can try out Shane for 7 days or a month and add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Shane, it's always great having you on the show. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll talk with you again next week. But I know at times you do contribute to the weekend show.
Yeah, I do. I won't be on there this weekend, though. I'm going to go down to Iowa. Sports betting isn't legal yet here in Minnesota, so I'm going to go down to Iowa for the weekend, play some bets, and hopefully win some games. But I'll definitely be tuning in and listening to everyone's opinion on those all those weekend games this weekend.
Very good. 10 a.m. Eastern time with that weekend show. All right, Shane, have yourself a great week. Good luck in Iowa. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, guys.
You got it. Shane Mickle here on the drive through. Let's continue on with the coverage with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with those like goals?
We're at 62 likes right now, 98 people watching. So, again, don't have everyone that we need to maybe just hit the thumbs up and get to our like goal. But we do have a nice number of likes so far. We got part of the way there. We need about 85 more to get to our like goal. So keep those likes coming in, but we appreciate each and every one of them.
You certainly do. Keep those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue now here on the drive-thru. We're going to go to Skype. Chris will make his way over to the chat room and bring in Ninos to the show. We'll welcome Al right now. Al, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing great. All right, we're going to the Diamond here. We got one of the games in prime time, and this was the D-backs hosting the Braves here. Padres here favored $1.30 and $1.40 in some places. Do your shopping, total of 9.
Yeah, the Padres opened up as slightly bigger favorites than they are now. Guess the line's come down a bit. Obviously, the big injury here is Fernando Tatis Jr. He's not going to be playing for a while, and we saw this team struggle without him last year. But I think they should be okay without him in this matchup here. two pitchers that we've seen have some good seasons, but it's been a while since we've seen that, and they've been getting hit pretty hard lately. So in terms of the total here, I expect this game to go over in this dome stadium. So expect both of them. I don't know. I still like what Darvish brings to the table more than Bumgarner. I think he's definitely way over the hill, and he's definitely lost his best stuff. But so I give a slight edge to Darvish there. But my biggest concern here is how well these Diamondbacks have hit him in the past. But other than that, I think we're in a good spot here with the Padres against what was one of the worst teams last year, and I don't think they've made enough improvement to really worry me at this price here. So I'm taking a shot with the Padres here.
Yeah, you do get the Padres here minus 130. You kind of look at his numbers from 2021. He did, lefties and right-handers did have trouble hitting him. He had a whip of 1.09, but he had a high ERA. So there you go. But the strikeout rate was 29% there with Darvish and Bumgarner. He's lost a lot off his fastball. He gets hit. He gave up 3 home runs in the spring. And, of course, the concern is the D-backs did crush Darvish in his past 2 starts last year. He gave up 10 earned runs in 5 1/3 innings, resulted in losses in both games. Remember Darvish was dealing with that hip issue late down the stretch last year. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but reports are he's coming into spring training healthy. And I'm with you there, too. I think it could be a high-scoring game. But El Ninos here on the Padres laying minus 130. Of course, one thing with the Padres, they don't have that go-to bullpen. Last year it kind of tailed off a little bit, but they did upgrade their manager.
Yeah, I mean, again, bad, starters that have been getting hit really hard, and the bullpens aren't anything special here on either side. So, yeah, it's a strong lean to the over. But, again, in terms of the side, I think I got to give I like the Padres lineup better still, even without Tatis. And again, slight edge to Darvish here.
Darvish here minus 130 against Arizona. This one will have a start time of 9 Eastern time. I'm sorry, that won't be 9 Eastern time. This one will have start time 9:40 Eastern time over on MLB Extra News channel. All right, El Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. We put up some really solid numbers here. 1,854 units of profit, showing profit as well the last 7 days. That's in the NHL, all documented. Also showing good profit in the NBA. We got a big NHL board. We got 7 from NBA, 4 in prime time from Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, I have a couple games that already started, but I still have my best bet in the NBA and my best bet in the NHL as well, so you can grab those individually or grab whichever sport you're most interested in there. Of course, grab one of those long-term passes to get all the bets, and yeah, always a better deal that way.
All right, get on board with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers, 1,854 units of profit. NHL, tonight he's got action on the board for you from the NBA. He's got his alley-oop play. He's got a single there from the NHL as well. So a good time to get on board with El Ninos. Of course, those long-term passes we've talked about. You want to get the regular season from El. He's got both an NBA and NHL season pass right now that'll cover the postseason as well as his MLB season pass at a really affordable pricing there. So get on board with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium with a long-term pass right now. All right, El, it's always great having your show. Continue that success you're having. We'll talk with you tomorrow, and I know you also contribute to Puckin' Crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately missed the show today, but yeah, it should be there Sunday to make up for it. So check it out tomorrow though at 3:30 Eastern. Sorry, and then I believe it's a bit earlier on the weekends. I believe it's at 1 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune on to those.
And tune into those shows with El Ninos on there on Puckin' Crazy. All right, have yourself a great night. We'll talk tomorrow.
All right, have a good time.
El Ninos here on the drive to. Let's continue on here with Chris. Chris, where do we sit now with the likes?
I'm talking about 60% of the way there. We're at 90 likes right now. 133 people watching. So half of you that are watching right now, if you haven't hit the like button, if you could smash it, hit that thumbs up. We'll be at our like goal where we get an NBA same game parlay and player props tonight, as well as an MLB player prop. So got to get to that like goal. We need about 59 more likes.
59 more. Keep those thumbs up coming in. Time for Millz Young here on the drive to. Millz, what's happening?
Man, how's everybody doing out there, man?
It's doing awesome. All right, a game you'll be looking at tonight here at 7:30 Eastern features the Raptors hosting the 76ers. Sixers moved to a 2-point favorite, total 220. You're going to look at this one a different way.
Yeah, man, I'm going to look at it a different way, man. I got stuck on my TV, man. I was watching the Masters, and then all of a sudden I got stuck on Dr. Phil. My battery remotes won't work. That ain't it. All right, man. All right, I'm not looking at this from any team perspective. One thing in mind, player prop. Who? Name I like, Joel Embiid. On the season, averaging 30 points, shooting 37% from the three. Most threes in the games, he hit six. When he plays Toronto, already averages 28.5 points. Last 5 games, going for 45, 44, 29, 37, 29, 30 pieces in 30 or more of those games. Now, here go the stats that you need to pay attention to. Number 4 in total points on the season with 2008. Want to know who's number 5? Jokic. 19. He has 1,969 points, only a 38 point differential. Why is that important? Because Embiid's trying to snatch up that MVP. He's number 2nd in voting. I actually think he should be first. So I'm going on and I'm looking at it. Like, what does Embiid have to prove, right, in these last 2 games? The points. That's what he wants to do. He wants to put a significant stamp on it. So I'm taking Joel Embiid over 32.5 points. When you look at this guy, he kind of reminds me of Hakeem Olajuwon in a sense that he can do it all. He can shoot the mid-range. He can shoot from the three. He can pass. He can rebound. He can defend when he wants. So, I mean, this guy, they gave the Porzingis guy the unicorn title. It probably should be Embiid. So when I look at it, too, I got a question for you, Tony. Can you name the starting center for the Toronto Raptors last game?
Good question. That's a good question. I could not explain the last game.
Anybody can answer that question. I will send them $20 in the Venmo, and they got 5 seconds to answer it in the chat. And those 5 seconds are up. It's Kim Birch. Exactly my point. Who is he? What has he done? Is he going to be able to stop Embiid from this MVP run? I don't think so. Embiid over 32.5 points. Those are the plays that I'm trying to run with to get paid.
There you go. We got there from Millz in that MVP race. Joel Embiid over 32.5 points here against the Toronto Raptors. All right, Chris, it sounds like Embiid is on a mission here as long as Harden isn't one of those MVP blockers.
Yeah. Hopefully for his sake, he won't be tonight. But I almost had to cover my ears because Millz makes a lot of good points, and I think that if my Raptors want to win this game tonight, got to do something about Joel Embiid. But I think the thing with Kem Birch is he's more of a defensive presence. He's not going to hurt you on the scoreboard. He's just going to be a body that is going to try to stop Joel Embiid. But even then, you stretch Birch out to the perimeter. That's not where you want him. So I think for Toronto to have any success tonight, they got to try to slow down Joel Embiid. But if that doesn't happen, the rest of the team just has to step up, but I also expect a big night from Embiid in this one.
Yeah, of course, the Raptors in the playoffs as a 5 seed, 3 games behind the Bucks and the 76ers to try to move up here, although they're running out of time because Bucks, Sixers win one more game. The Raptors will not have home court in that first round. Embiid over 32.5 points here against the Raptors. This one will have a start time of 7:30 Eastern time. This one is over on NBA League Pass channel. All right, Millz, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. Doing great work here in 2022, over 800 units of profit. Of course, we got a lot going on tonight from Major League Baseball, NBA. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, man. So I got 2 NBA plays on there. I got one with the 2 West Coast teams that's going to be kicking off. Now I got another play on the NBA with 2 East Coast teams. Besides that, I had to get a little bit of action on some baseball. So I got 1 baseball play on there. It's my MLB, Money Loves Baseball play of the day. That game is going to be kicking off 6:30 p.m., I want to say, Pacific. So those are the 3 plays I got to get you paid. Also, too, if you guys want something long-term, go ahead and get the 3-day pass. That's my all-day sports pass. If not, you can pick me up for 7 days, or just get my 30-day money marathon package.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Millz Young over at Pick Dogs. Premium showing great numbers here for the past for this year. Also showing profit last 30 days, as well as MMA. Look at this: 785 units of profit in MMA this season, 645 in the NBA. So great work there from Millz. Of course, he's got plays up there from the NBA, as Millz was talking about. Those long-term passes is the way to go. You get that 7-day all sports pass. All of Millz's plays for 7 days, including all his NBA, baseball, as well as I'm sure he'll be in action with his UFC card this weekend, Millz.
Yeah, man. Don't miss out, man. Get the 3-day pass. I'll highly invest you to, because if you do, you're going to get all my Saturday plays on there. I got them locked and loaded. Got a lot of dogs on there, too. So, yeah, we're going to keep the money rolling. Check out our MMA show that we dropped just yesterday. We're going to be dropping it every single Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Pick Dogs. Me and Brad Francis going over all the UFC main cards and best plays, picks, and stuff like that. But definitely, you definitely want to tune in because this UFC card is stacked. UFC 273, 2 title fights on there. Kazmat Chimaev, the guy who just smashes people. It's going to be an event you don't want to miss. So check out our prices and our picks on Pick Dogs. That's where it is.
There you go, guys. Check out Millz' MMA show, 7 Eastern Time, Wednesdays here on the Pick Dogs channel. Like and subscribe. Millz, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you next week, and we'll catch you during the weekend as well when you do your you do pop in with Mitch's show on the weekend.
Yes, sir. See you guys soon, man. All you guys hit your best. Thank you guys for tuning in.
You got it. Millz Young here on the drive. Let's continue on with the show. Chris, where do we sit now with the likes?
I meant to ask Millz what he thought about potentially getting a Kamaru Usman and Chimaev fight. That's what I think I'm waiting for. But either way, we're getting 114 likes so far. We're at 143 people watching right now. So, guys, get those likes in. Sooner you get them in, sooner we can make sure that you get the plays for tonight's action. It'll be an NBA same game player prop as well as an MLB player prop as well. So get those likes in.
Get those likes coming in. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Here we go with Chris up in center here. Going to looking at this at the Nationals to be hosting the Mets. The Mets $1.20, total 9, but you're looking at this one a different way.
Yeah, that I am, Tony, because you know what, I it's sometimes hard to find a little bit of extra value because you want to say you want to go dog hunting on opening day, but while it is a viable option, sometimes people don't want to do that. They want to kind of do Big Al's approach, let everything sort of sink in for a day or two, and maybe let everything sort of steep and do a little bit of research after the fact, after you have some numbers. But one thing for me that hasn't changed is that Juan Soto is arguably the best player in the National League. And tonight we're getting value with Juan Soto to hit a home run at plus 375. And that's value I'm not looking to pass up on. This is a New York Mets pitcher in Tyler McGill that is part of a New York Mets starting rotation that is in shambles right now. You've got Jacob deGrom out for at least a month, maybe even the first 2 months of the season with a shoulder injury. Max Scherzer, he's getting up there in age. He had a dead arm last year, and we don't really know if he's going to be healthy long term. I know he missed his opening day start. He may start later in this series, but he's not a viable option. Tyler McGill, not the guy I want to have if I'm a Mets fan starting on opening day. Against left-handed batters last year, McGill allowed a 51.6% fly ball percentage in 184 plate appearances against left-handed batters. Soto had a 264 isolated slugging percentage against left-handed pitching last year and a 26.8% fly ball rate. He's making contact and he's getting the ball in the air, and like I said, getting an MVP candidate at plus 375 for a home run on opening day. Again, not value I'm looking to pass on. I'm going to take Juan Soto to hit a home run in this one.
Juan Soto to hit a home run. Yeah, when you look at McGill, he did have struggles last year by the home run ball. And, of course, he had trouble pitching to batters from the left side where you've got a lineup filled with lefties here against McGill. McGill has been someone who has been a pitcher who has struggled, again, as we talked about there. And, of course, you're looking for a big game for Soto to get to launch one. And good price.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I thought Juan Soto – it's mixed opinions. I was one that thought maybe Soto should have been the MVP last year instead of Bryce Harper. But again, I think team record has part and parcel to do with winning the MVP. And maybe not, since Shohei Ohtani won the MVP on the other side, but he had a really good season. But again, to get plus 375 with an MVP caliber candidate like Juan Soto against a pitcher like Tyler McGill, who, Tony, like you said, has been prone to giving up contact and long balls, again, not value I'm looking to pass on, even on opening day.
Soto here to hit a home run at plus 375. We got this game. We'll have a start time here of 7 Eastern time. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Prim here for tonight's action as we got, a lot going on here. A lot of hockey on the board tonight. A lot of NBA, 7 NBA, 4 in prime time for Major League Baseball, showing profit, 490 units of profit last 7 days, all documented. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, Tony, I got a couple plays tonight still on the board. We did have a triple play go off the board from MLB action earlier today, but that's fine. We're going to make up for it later tonight. We've got my NBA black card, my favorite NBA play on the board, as well as my MLB NOS bailout, my favorite play from that game between the Padres and Diamondbacks. And Tony, don't worry, I know you're looking at what I have for sale. I'm not going to make you say this. I have my BOGO Hopo. What do you think? What is that? Like, you're probably scratching your head. It's buy one, get one half off, plus one. You're going to get the NBA black card play, the MLB bailout play, as well as an NBA play that you can only get if you're on my long-term subscriptions. Rather than pay $29.99 for each of those individual plays, you pay $44.99 and get those two plays plus the long-term bonus play, all for one 3-pack. Or let's talk about long-term. 3 days, 7 day, 30 day, whether you want just me or someone else part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. You can pair me up with Tony T, get the host deal. You can do Big Al, Little Al, Mills, Shane, Tony Brown, Alex Smart. Any of us, we're going to make you money. You get 2 great cappers for 1 great price. Unfortunately, if you did miss out on the MLB season pass, the price did go up today, but still, you're looking at about $100 a month for the full MLB season, playoffs included. That season pass $6.99 right now, but guys, again, it's just day one of at least I almost said 162. It's game one of 162 for 14 teams today. You still got, like I said, 7 months worth of baseball action. Tons of value for you guys over at Pick Dogs. You just got to go over and check them out.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs from your numbers. 490 units of profit last 7 days. He's got that 3-pack, as he calls it, his BOGO Hopo 3-pack up there, as you get a good value there on his best bets 3-pack going on tonight. Singles as well from NBA and MLB. And of course, as Chris was talking about, those long-term passes, that monthly main course, 30 days of plays here from Chris. His premium plays, including all his NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, and of course, the NBA will get you into the playoffs, get you into the second round of the NBA playoffs, about a week into it. And of course, the NHL taking the end of the NHL regular season. First week of the NHL playoffs. We got 8 series going on from both leagues, NHL and NBA, here in the month of April. So a good time to get on board with Chris Ruffolo's 1 month all sports pass. Don't forget the baseball for 30 days. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, let's continue on here with the show. Chris, are we approaching light goal?
Tony, first, I remember I said you didn't have to say it, but I'm glad you did. I appreciate it. But got 131 likes right now, 146 people watching. So basically, if there's 19 of you that haven't hit the like button, you're all we need to get to our like goal. You just smash that like button. Doesn't cost you a cent. You're going to get an MLB player prop for tonight, as well as an NBA player prop, same game parlay. But we need about 16 more likes. We're at 134 right now.
Let's keep those likes coming in. My pick here, Magic and Hornets tonight at 7 Eastern. It's at top of the hour. We're going to go under here, Hornets and Orlando Magic. Out here for the Orlando Magic, they've got their score out in this one. No Carter, no Anthony, no Wagner, no Hayward here for the Charlotte Hornets. And of course, this Orlando team has lost 6 of their past 7 over the 7-game period. They are last in offensive efficiency, scoring just 102 points per 100 possessions. We know the Hornets can score, but this Orlando team cannot. And I'm going to go ahead and go under 230.5 here, Chris, in this one.
Yeah, Tony, I can't disagree with you. Maybe I'm a little bit scorned from how the Orlando Magic decided to play a high-scoring game the other night after I thought the total jumping up 7 points was a little bit fishy. But, again, I think this total is just based all on Charlotte's name brand for scoring, and I don't think the Orlando Magic are going to be able to keep up here. I think this one finishes around low to mid-220s, so give me the under as well.
Hornets Magic under 230.5. This one will have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern Time, NBA League Pass channel. I have a 3-pack right now going on over at Pick Dogs Premium. I'm my 2 best bets from the NBA, coupled here with a best bet from Major League Baseball, so get on board with that. I'm also part of the 2-for-1 cap promotion with my long-term passes, 3, 7, and 30 All Sports Pass, so you can match me with Chris, with Big Al, Little Al, with Mills, with Ninos, as we talked about, Shane Mickle, and Alex Smart. 2-for-1 cap promotion, your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. Chris, where do we hit our like goal, right? So let's get right down to it.
We just did.
Let's get to the recap here. We've got Alex Smart got us started here with Celtics Bucks under 227.5. Big Al McMordie Nuggets minus 4.5 against the Grizzlies. Tony Brown says Reds plus 153 against the Braves. Shane was on the Spurs plus 7.5 against the T-Wolves. Al Ninos Padres minus 130 against the D-backs. Mills Joel Embiid over 32.5 points minus 115. Chris was on Juan Soto to hit a home run at plus 375. Yours truly here on Magic Hornets under 230.5. Chris, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, Tony, again, saving the best for last. I got to go with you with that Hornets Magic under. Like I said, I think that's just that total's based on just the Hornets and their reputation for scoring, but I don't think we're getting that high in this one.
All right, I'm going to go here. Shane knows his Minnesota teams well. I'm going to go with the Spurs here with Shane's play with the Spurs plus 7.5 against the T-Wolves. All right, we got your light go. Now it's time for the picks from Chris.
All right, guys, this first MLB player prop you're going to want to get in soon. I'm going to take Patrick Corbin over 3.5 strikeouts here. You know, it's a little bit juiced, but that's because Patrick Corbin has gone over 4 or more strikeouts in 21 of his 31 starts last season. And against some of the key Mets hitters, these Mets have struck out against Corbin fairly often. Pete Alonso struck out in 11 times in 34 plate appearances, 32.4%. Brandon Nimmo struck out 9 times in 22 plate appearances. That's around 41%. J.D. Davis struck out 25% of the time in 32 plate appearances against Corbin last year. And Starling Marte, he did strike out just 5 times in 28 plate appearances, but those are 4 of the bigger bats for the New York Mets in that game. I got to think Corbin has a big game from a strikeout perspective. And the NBA player props, we're going to go Trey Jones hunting tonight. You know, I love the birthday narrative when guys play well on their birthday, but I also like the homecoming narrative. And Trey Jones, a former Minnesota Mr. Basketball, I like a lot of Trey Jones over tonight, especially with DeJounte Murray out of the lineup. You're getting, I believe it's 12.5 points for DeJounte Murray. I like that over. I like over 7.5 assists, over 4.5 rebounds. Because you look with when he's getting a decent amount of minutes in games this season, when he's put up at least 32 minutes, he's averaging around 14.4 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 8 assists. Like I said, no Murray, I think, means more usage tonight for Trey Jones. If you want to add on that same game parlay alone is hanging around plus 500. You could bump it up to around plus 1,000 if you add under on the turnovers. I think Trey Jones takes care of the basketball tonight. But those are going to be your plays. The MLB player props going to be Patrick Corbin over 3.5 strikeouts, and the NBA same game parlay Trey Jones over in the points, over in the rebounds, over in assists, and if you want to, under in the turnovers.
There you go. We thank Chris for those plays, and we thank the audience over there for your contributions with those likes, those thumbs up, those comments. We greatly appreciate it. That'll do it for this edition of The Drive-Thru. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have 8 cappers booked on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the games in prime time. Don't forget to get started every single day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. It's Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, followed at 10:05 with the Sports Betting Pick Show with Mitch and Joe Madden, as they give out free picks and they go over line moves as well as betting tools. Of course, we got the soccer show as well as the Puckin' Crazy show with Joe Madden and her guests. And of course, Mitch has his sports betting tools show, giving out picks from his betting tools. And of course, we'll lead it to us at 6 Eastern Time. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the crew from tonight's show. We're going to go ahead and give you guys a nice wave. Good evening to you guys. We'll have to talk to you guys